Hey guys, Namcraft here. Welcome to the channel. Have a seat. Royal versus Speed. It's gonna be the name of the game. You're gonna be watching the ASL S19. This is round of 24. And Group B, very boring group with 3 Terrans and 1 Zerg players, but I'll just have to sit down through it. Fighting! Poor SCVs and we can Speed fan in the crowd here. I'm looking for my main man. He's a janitor of the studio, but he's not appearing this time around. Maybe he's no longer working there. Maybe they changed the studio and they don't employ the same guy. Or maybe he's participating in Squid Game 3, because we all know Squid Game 3 is coming. And if you want to sign up for that one, here from Los Angeles, Speed fighting. Okay, welcome. I used to visit Los Angeles. You know, I frequent a lot of those places, of course. What is it? Universal Studio, Foreigner Support Speed from New Zealand, yuck. ASL Choshikuko, greetings from Australia. Mario and Luigi, tasteless. What is it, $3? Number donated 3.32. Who donates? Give me $3, man. I need money too. Come on, who would put up a sign of Namcraft in this crowd if you want to risk getting deported by the ASL police? I think one of you was saying that if I buy you ticket, you would come out there and hold up a sign at the studio. Don't do it. Even though I don't really have money to buy you tickets, but even if I did, don't put up the sign, because that would just attract attention, unnecessary attention. I live by the motto. What is it? What is the best way to talk about my motto? It's anonymity is king, or something like that, or advantage by lack of recognition. Basically, it's like this, guys. If you are living in life, right, and you are very good at something, there are 2 ways to kind of take advantage of that. One is that it's just to go really public, make yourself the central figure of your activities, right? And then basically just say, oh, you know what, I'm the expert, yada yada yada, you know, I have 10 years experience in trading, whatever, you know, and use your, you know, public image, your personal image, to drive your business. Which is one way to do it, right? You know, a lot of people do it. I mean, Mr. Beast on YouTube does it. You know, Artosis does that, and some other. Most people do that because you want to associate yourself, you know, with a public figure, and everyone loves to see a face behind the iron mask. You know, nobody likes to see, you know, a two-faced man or a man with many faces, like that guy from Game of Thrones. But there's only, you know, so much to that, and there's another way to think about how to approach your life and your work, is to be completely anonymous. And this is the path I've chosen. Well, first of all, because I don't have a pretty face, so it doesn't really help. But even if I did have a pretty face, I would not show it to you unless I have 10,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if I get to 10,000 subscribers, you know, personal voice revealed. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, what's happening in this game? I think it's going to be a TvT, so we'll be here for a while. So I'm just going to continue on with my story here. Expansion coming up for both of the players. Nothing noted here. SV is getting transferred. So, you know, when you're doing things, and, you know, the more you become famous, the more you attract unwanted attention, and people become envious. You know, the police, they started to get interested in you, the ASL police, or maybe the real police or whatever, right? So to stay humble, nimble, and small, and vague, and anonymous is the best way to stay alive. If you get too big, you know, if you're a fish in the pond, if you become such a big fish, you would just get eaten, or you will get fished by the fishermen, right? But if you're a small fish, nobody cares about you, and you can survive and live, even though you can have a huge operations, okay? But having a small public presence really help you stay anonymous and evade a lot of the unnecessary scrutiny from the, I don't know, from the public, from the press. Oh, double starboard, interesting. And from the police and whatnot. Anyways, can we talk about this game now? Sure, why not? Double starboard coming up now from Royal. Royal is the king of double starboards. He loves his double starboard against Terran, and he's done it successfully many times, especially in that one season of ASL that he has won a long time ago. Let's talk about the stats. So we don't want to talk about the math stat because there's nothing to talk about, TvT, but I want to talk about where these guys are standing these days on the ELO scores. So if you look at it once again, Speed is the best player in this group. you know, like right now speaking. All right, Vulture's gonna snipe the SCV. He doesn't see anything of note. He will see that there's some mining activities, which is fine. So that is that for speed. But what about the win rate? So speed against Terran. Oh my god, we don't have any win rates. Okay, we don't have it for the last release. But Royo has been playing a lot of TvT, and his win rate is quite good, 63%. Rush is only 53%. So that's what we have going on for us here. And I need to update those figures. Why are they not highlighting? I'm not so sure. Something is wrong with my Excel files. I will update them later. Anyways, we're just trying to snipe some stuff, which is good. Royo is it an accomplished player? He's kind of semi-accomplished, right? One ASL is no joke, but his path to the ASL has been rather lackluster. And in terms of total accomplishment, you can see Royo has got 1 gold and nothing else. No silver, no bronzes. Rush is not on this list. Speed is on this list. It's something to talk about. So anyways, back to this game. Double rate build is going to reveal itself. Coming out right now with the raid. The raid making the way towards the SCV line. We have a tank. And then when the first SCV is going to get sniped, of course, cloak raid is underway, but it can be finished very quickly. And we will have Goliath because Armory is out there. SCV is getting sniped. He's going to try to snipe the Marine. No, he's going to go for the SCV. Why not just go for the Marines? I mean, you're on the way to transit towards the other base anyway. Just go ahead and attack the Marine. He's going to get a couple of more kills. So I think maybe a total of 5 or 6 SCV kills. But I don't see any more raids coming out. And now the Goliath will reveal itself. So Royal will back up. But is it the end of the build? Okay, he's built double starport and just leave them there. He builds nothing else. He builds nothing else, and this might be a very kind of cheesy way for him to try to get ahead here. He says, you know what, I want you to over-invest in Goliath technology, whereas I would just be building a lot of tanks after this. But we're going to be having expansion coming up from speed now, and so Royo needs to think about that. He's going to try to come out here. Speed is going to come out with some of his own tanks. Keep in mind on this map you have these 2 lanes, this right lane and then this left lane, and we even have this far out lane and this really far out lane. So there are 4 lanes total through which you can send forces, and this is basically a League of Legends inspired map if you ask me. It's very much the way that League of Legends players think about their games. Anyways, 4 factories, 2 with the add-ons for Royal here, and he is not yet expanded though, and Speed knows it because he's got mines everywhere and Speed has got scan, but Royal has also scanned Speed space, and now he sees that his enemy's got only 3 factories, 2 more coming down. He doesn't know that the command center is almost completed, so that's that. We're gonna be having a small mine getting destroyed, and Royal comes out, but how does it really help? Because he needs to be up a base soon. Right now he's gonna be going for drop. Okay, not a bad idea. Where are the spotting mine? There are a couple of ones here, there's some here, and it looks like in this bottom right corner of the map Royal has got no presence. He will walk right to this barracks and so forth, but we're gonna be having some vultures coming out here. So this barracks will reveal. We need to run around, he need to go towards the other side, and he saw that there was some you know, stuff here, and the barracks will land. I guess this vulture will die, so he will pick up his vultures maybe, but there are no more openings. He's completely revealing his build, which is not good. Speed is behind by about 10 supply, but he's gonna shoot up soon because his 3rd base is completed. What is Royal doing? He's not yet expanding. He's just going for this drop, which is okay. He went for double starport, but did not accomplish much with it. And now he's going to be slightly behind. He's going to try to come out here. There is a Goliath. He will land possibly a single vulture here just to take the Goliath shot. He possibly land one more. No, he's going to go right in the main. And he will start to go through. We're going to be having the attack on the side of the map. And looks like there's going to be just enough to hold though from Speed. He's going to be very careful. Royal pushes through. What is he doing? Is it going to be to penetrate or not? He's got unsiege tank, but he's doing good shot at behind us. The vulture's doing damages behind the mineral line. Some nice siege tanks. The vulture's coming to destroy these tanks. And looks like Speed was caught in the action. He loses the first tank. He loses both of the tank. The Goliath will fall as well. And there's going to be vultures on the high ground. That was a nice timing attack from Royal Speed. What is he doing? He would try to come out here to save the situation, but keep in mind that behind this, Royal did not expand. He is still not yet having expansion. And what happened to the dropship? Maybe it died. So yeah, the next move is gonna crush Royal. These tanks gonna get trapped on their way back here. They're gonna try to do as many moving shots as possible, but Speed is ahead by about 20 supply after that attack. A lot of Royal's forces were lost. Forces were lost in that attack. And is it a command center? This might be a floated command center, which is nice. He will have another base to work with soon. Yeah, but of course we know that in TvT, the game is not ended after you have one base up or even two bases up compared to your enemy. The game will go on, the show will continue, the curtains are not drawn until the last tanks are destroyed, the last mines are extracted from the ground here. And we've seen some insane TvT in the past on this map. I think I remember, to my memory, it was a game between Flash and possibly Firebat Hero, or maybe Sharp, where it goes down to the wire, and these top left base becomes so critical because it's got 2 gas, and we might have some battle cruisers on those eyeing for those locations. But anyhow, all right, we are looking at the 11-minute mark of the game. Looks like Royal comes through. He will claim this middle area. He wants to expand soon as well. And as for Speed, he also is gonna ready to take his expansion. Okay, double armory coming up. I think in terms of upgrade, who's ahead? I'll just quickly check that for you later. But I'm gonna say that Speed was the one who was having a head start in terms of upgrades, because his armory was much faster. He needed the armory to go for those those Goliaths. All right, looks like Royal says, you know what, I'm gonna take this base for myself. The 11 o'clock positioned, so Speed is gonna come down here and take the 10 o'clock positioned. Things are looking very standard for both of these players. Vultures running around chasing, and they're gonna get pushed back. You can see +1 is done on Speed's forces. Royal, I think, has got +1 as well. Some more raids coming out. And yeah, the game will go on for a while, so I guess I will take this chance to say some advertising. My name is Namcraft. Welcome to the channel. Have a seat. And some basic etiquettes to keep the things fun for everyone, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen. 99% of the people watching my channel are dudes. Please don't try to spoil the games. If you want to spoil it, type spoiler and then enter 4 times and type who wins the game. Add me as friend on Facebook using your real Facebook account. Join the broodwar forever Telegram channel. These vultures are gonna sack the entire base of Royal here. There's gonna be some more vultures coming from the high ground, but there's so much damage done already. The tank needs to do some good shot. At least these vultures get trapped in the middle, so all of those vultures are sacked. But that was a nice attack from Speed, destroying so many SCVs. Join the Telegram broodwar forever. Join the Facebook group forever. The links to all of that is going to be in the video description. I try my best to avoid spoiling the games. I make some mistakes, so I apologize for that, because the round of 24 just started, so I'm also just learning the ropes, because every year things just change ever so slightly. So the old setups I have don't work that well anymore. But anyways, if you are what I was gonna say, if you have earphones, you would slightly feel a slight disorientation in the audio channels. Oh my god, this is a huge attack. There's gonna be slightly more Korean on one side and slightly more English on the other side. This is by design, because many of you are Korean speaking and some of you are English speaking natively, so I want to give the opportunity for everyone to enjoy Starcraft in an equal way. Some of you find my voice very annoying, so you can just turn off my voice if you want to. You can use one of the headphones to turn off my voice, or you can use this add-on that I mentioned in the video description. Oh my god, this Valkyrie's gonna get sniped. Use the add-on in the video description to just completely turn off one of the channels. Something else to keep in mind, I try to keep the videos unspoiled by using links. There are always links to the previous game in the playlist, the next game in the playlist, and the overall playlist URL. So just click those links in the video description instead of trying to go to my videos homepage, where you would find the thumbnail very spoiling. because they reveal which races are playing. Maybe they will have the face of the players and so forth. So if you want to keep unspoiled, just watch one game and then click the next video URL in the video description. I think that's the best way. If something doesn't work, let me know, because nothing works perfect 100%. So that is the limitation of the one-man show that you're watching here, the Namcraft show. I'm not a company, I'm not a duo. I don't have several hours dedicated to Starcraft. I just get here right after my janitor shift and I just sit down and enjoy this game with you. Back to this game right now. What's happening? 15-minute mark of the game and 4 bases versus 4 bases. I mean, this is like women's boxing. It never ends. It never ends. There's never a knockout. The girls, the chicks just keep on punching each other's, I don't know, hair. And then eventually, after 15 rounds or whatever you have in women's boxing, the judge comes in and says, you know what? Winning by anonymous decision by the judges from New Orleans, standing at 6'2" or whatever, is this girl. So that's exactly what I feel about TvT. It just never ends. But eventually we will end, maybe not by knockout, but by consensus. Looks like both of these are going to get ready to take a 5th base. Keep in mind, this map has got an odd number of bases, and the top left is going to be heavily contested. Oh my god! Royo is going to be able to succeed here. He gets a nice conclave on the enemy's tanks, and looks like Speed is out of position. He doesn't have enough reinforcement. The SVs are coming out to buy time. These 2 tanks will buy a lot of times. More tanks coming through, and Vulture sniping some SCVs though inside of Royo's 3rd base. Looks like at the last minute, this command center might get forced to get lifted here. He goes through. He's going to have to siege now. Looks like Royo not paying attention. He's going to be losing 2 tanks. He's not within reach of the command center though, I don't think. And more vultures coming through, and looks like Speed is still ahead by a huge margin. These 2 raids are doing 6-6 attack. Where are the Goliaths? The raids are going to get chipped away one by one. Looks like Royo's forgotten that he's got his own version of raids. So that's that. Anyways, the number of SCVs are very low for Royo, but if he's able to destroy that extractor, it's great. He comes through, he will clear this double raids, and he gains the upper advantage. Now he will be able to destroy the extractor, which means no more refinery in that side of the map. And looks like Speed goes through, but he's going to be facing against 5 siege tanks supported with Goliaths. He would trade poorly, but at least he will regain his base. Yes, indeed, he will regain his base, and he's ahead by about 25 supply. Now he pushed forward, but I think Speed has got enough coverage. Where's he going? Oh my god, he's forgotten that his enemy is gonna walk right through here. Why is he trying to go towards his bottom side? His enemy is gonna push right through. But there's a lot of mines, so maybe there's gonna be just enough time for Royo to come through and clear this area. Royo is trying to take a hold of this area right here and claim it for himself, but Speed is doing some good shot. Let's take a look at the upgrading. +2 weapons and +1 armor for Speed, and as for Royo, about the same. +2 weapons and +1 armor. 1 gas in favor of Royo, but Royo's economy is always a little bit weaker. I don't know why. He's coming through here, and this extractor will fall. This extractor is about 43, 42 out of 250 HP. So that's what we have going off here. And looks like Speed's going to try to take the 530 position for himself. As for Royo, he doesn't have a presence in that area just yet. He's going to put down maybe a turret or a supply depot. Okay, he puts on something. Alright, extractor will burn now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! Extractor has exploded, and now no more gas in that area of the map. Royo pushes through the middle area. Of course, this is completely useless. Oh my god, looks like Speed's gonna go on this high ground. There's nothing here. There's nothing. Because Royo is busy in the middle of the map. He will cut off reinforcement. He's gonna be able to cut off any kind of forces moving towards his new base. But this accomplishes nothing for Royo. I don't think it accomplished anything at all. And this base is gonna go to Speed for the timings. I mean, this is complete chaos everywhere. Oh my god, there's gonna be a huge mine explosion. Very good for Royo to clear those areas. Those tanks is gonna eat up a lot of mines, and Speed is ahead by about 40 supply now. Royo is still on 4 bases who will come out here, but Speed has taken the 5th base at the top left of the screen. He is trying to hold it temporarily. Both the players are gonna be just coming out here. Look at the faces, just very much intensely focused on the game here. Maybe I'll just show you their faces just to see a little bit more of a different version of them. Not so serious and not so focused. Alright, so first of all, let me just show you Speed, what he looks like in in the Photoshop version. This is Speed, looking very nice. Some vultures coming through, and this command center is possibly going to get forced to get cancelled here, and that's slightly unfortunate. A lot of drops coming out from Royo. This is huge. This is huge. He picks up some tanks. It's gonna be the moment of weakness here for Royal. Well, I guess he doesn't have enough forces on the ground, but he was gonna be able to do a lot of 6-shot. But it looks like Speed is completely prepared. He's got so much forces in the main. There's gonna be a single Goliath. Where's Royal going? He's gotta go all the way in the main. There are no turrets. He landed. He's got a siege, and who sieges faster? These tanks are so close towards the enemy line, but I think they're gonna be just enough to hold here from Royal. Need to return with the rest of his dropship. He possibly even has some cargo remaining in the dropship, man. And we have the Valkyrie coming out to clear up the situation. But yeah, Royal did a terrible mistake there. He is still on 4 bases. He doesn't have the 5th base, but he pushes through, and he might attack against this new base. This new base is completely naked, and temporarily Royal is cutting Speed up into half here with his tanks. Of course, he's gonna trade a little bit better, but yeah, now he's gonna be getting attacked from both sides. Pincer attack. Speed is up 2 bases. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's got 2 more here, whereas Royal doesn't have it. So I think this might be the end of the game soon here. Royal is behind by about 50 supply. Speed has got coverage everywhere, so yes, very good. The most highly ranked ELO player in this group is showing why he's the best player today. Alright, we're gonna be having some tanks on the high ground. He's gonna be super careful. He's gonna come down south. He will try to shell. He will get some tanks destroyed. This base has got 2 gas, so it's good. He goes for cloak raid. He will get some of these forces destroyed, and looks like we're gonna be having these vultures coming in for fun. But I think Speed is gonna try to reinforce from the other side. He's gonna have to siege. Both players have to siege. Who sieges first? It's like Royal is speeding slightly faster, but he's got fewer forces, and there's way too many Goliaths. Vultures is coming through though, and SCVs getting destroyed at the expansion. Royal is bleeding SCVs. These tanks are doing good shot. The Goliaths are doing good moving shots. At the last minute, Royal is not able to just do the attack here. He will just explode everywhere and lose a lot of forces. Speed might be going for a doom drop at some point in the future, but Royal, what is he trying to do? He's still, these 3 vultures are still being very annoying, attacking in the corner, and Royal gas count is not so good. As you can see, his gas is not going up very highly, and Speed has got this game completely covered, so that's good. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at Royal versus Rush. Of course, very much expected result here. Nothing out of the ordinary. These 2 players, you know, are the ones who are. Excuse me, not Royal versus Rush, Speed versus Rush, because they're the best ELO score player today. So that's that. Looks like one final futile attempt by Royal to win the center. It doesn't mean anything. He's gonna drop all over the enemy, but there's gonna be some nice mind drag. I think looks like the army composition is slightly better from Royal, so he gets a good trade, and looks like Speed gets pushed back. But once again, I tell you, this means nothing, because Royal is not taking out bases. He is just destroying stuff, but he's not taking out bases, so that's the problem. There's gonna be some mind drag. A single Goliath is gonna destroy. These 2 tanks are gonna have to, you know, scan and, you know, destroy the enemy's mines here. He's gonna try to come through, and he's gonna be on the low ground. Vultures coming on the high ground just to buy time. Need to walk further. There's gonna be a counter drop all over everything here. Mines exploding all over the tanks. This might be the final nail in the coffin here. Royal's force is completely obliterated, and Speed wins the battle. He's still leading by about 60 supply. He's got so many forces. He will come down here. There are some mines though. I think whose mines are those? No, there's just only 1 mine that is Royal's mine. The rest of the mines are from Speed, so this command center will fall. Wow, this kid is making a name for himself. Speed, a player who used to be just a streamer, an amateur, is doing really good in the ASL, and GG from Royal. Let's move on to the final set. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.